Hi everybody, I'm Peter Travers. This is Popcorn, where we tell you what is popping in the culture. And everybody, you Outlander fans out there, you know you've waited. You make us wait so long. But season 5 is finally here. And my guest today, Sam Heughan, is here to tell us about it, which is a big lie, because you won't say anything, will you?
You're very clever. Yeah, no, I probably won't. I'll probably talk around every spoiler.
You'll talk around it, but it really doesn't matter. I can say, though, having seen things that I can't talk about in season 5, I can at least say this. Now, you're the sexiest granddad on TV.
Oh, well,
Isn't that a good thing you've been waiting for?
That's a great honor. That's what I've been working towards my whole career.
It was all it. You start in youth, and now each season, you get to be older, and you don't get to time travel.
Jamie doesn't get to time travel. He does have his 50th birthday this season, so yeah, that's quite
another spoiler.
Wow, another spoiler. Giving them all away today.
Yes,
but yeah, no, certainly he's aged and he's matured and grown up. And season 1 he was this sort of young, tempestuous Highland warrior with really no ties, no responsibility, and he's become a husband and a father and almost a clan chief, and now is responsible for the whole of Fraser's Ridge.
And it's the American Revolution.
Yeah.
And everything. Wait, you guys, when you're supposed to be in North Carolina, where are you actually shooting that?
So we're supposed to be in North Carolina.
Yeah,
and we shoot in Scotland.
Of course you do, because you can't leave there, can you?
I'm not allowed to leave Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, they've taken my passport away, especially with Brexit. But no, we shoot in Scotland, and it's amazing how Scotland has doubled for America. I mean, we don't quite have the same weather, the same temperature. The forests we use and the sets we've built. We have amazing town sets now. Wilmington, these early settlements, and it really is incredible. There's a bit of green screen as well.
But when Katrina Balfe, your co-star, was here, she says, sometimes I get to go away and time travel back to Boston, and I just leave Sam there in the rain and the cold. No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But that's where you come from. Yeah. It's home for you, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is. Yeah, I'm originally from Scotland, and I moved to London, and I was there many years, and came to America a lot as well. And then when I got the job of Outlander, I moved back to Scotland, and I have a place there, and it feels like home. When the show eventually is over, I don't know where I'll go, but I'll certainly always have a place there. It definitely is. It's part of me.
Well, it should be. It should be. Because I was saying, I'm calling you Sam Heughan as if it were anglicized, but how is it really said? Do I say like Heughan?
That's actually not bad at all.
I didn't think it was.
No, Heughan.
Oh, Heughan, really?
Yes, that's it. You've got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a heugh is a small hill, and my family's name, it comes from the southwest of Scotland.
So when did you finish shooting this season 5?
I have no idea.
You don't idea? Probably yesterday.
Idea. Where am I?
You don't know. Where am I now? Yeah.
We finished.
You're in the south of Scotland now.
We finished at the end of the year last year, and we're now on a bit of a press tour. But yeah, it was a really good season. I think this season, to be honest, I know we probably say it every season, but I feel like this is a very strong season, and for me, I'm excited for the fans to see this one. Not only because there's a lot in these books that I know the fans will look forward to, but there's also a couple of surprises as well, things that are maybe not in the books that we've added that I think will just give it an extra.
Oh, even in the little dimension. I've seen there are surprises, but my lips are completely sealed.
Say nothing.
Well, the action scenes in it are great too, even though there's more attention paid to the set scenes by a certain fan base that's out there, and that's made you the sex symbol, which you've now taken to granddadhood.
You said that, Peter.
Well, so. I didn't say it. There's a world out there that's just saying it. They're all saying it. How does that affect you? Are you pleased?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's part of the show, definitely, and certainly, I think it's the most, it's the part of these two characters that they always reconnect with each other, and it's rare that you see, especially now, a sort of middle-aged couple, shall we say, still exploring each other and still deeply in love with each other. So I think it's fantastic to be able to show that. And as for the action, you know, yeah, I love those scenes. It's great fun, and it's, you know, harder than it looks. And we're just very lucky. We have such a great stunt crew.
Harder than it looks. You make it all look easy.
Yeah. No, it's you know, when it's like a night shoot and it's sort of 2, 3 a.m. in the morning and you're running around the woods in the mud and the rain and you're sort of having to be very precise. It can be quite tricky, but it's great. And I think this season, you know, we are building up to the Revolutionary War, so yeah, it's a slightly different look this season.
Yeah, I could see them saying, hit your marks. When you fall off the horse, please fall in this part of the mud.
Yeah.
You know, exactly on your mark
and make
when
it
that
look good.
happens. Yeah. Do you remember the first scene you shot?
I do remember the first scene I shot.
That was in 2014 then, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, 6 years ago. It was the scene where Jamie's, you first discovered by Claire in this house. He's dislocated his shoulder, and yeah, that was the first scene for me to shoot with Katrina, and it was a hard scene as well because most of the characters speaking in Gaelic, which is the Scottish language that none of us can actually speak. So, so yes, it was a fun day, but you know, a great first day to start on as well, and yeah, a long time ago.
Were you feeling confident?
Was I feeling confident?
It's really tough. It's to be. Yeah. You don't know when you're starting this. You really have no idea if this is going to work or it's not going to work, do you? Nobody knows.
No one knows. And I think, you know, I was very unaware of, you know, how much support we had from fans, but also how big this world was. I think, you know, I was just so immersed in this, in sort of the character and the show and the scene that I didn't really think about the consequences. And I think that's probably... Thankfully, I didn't think about the consequences. Yeah, as I probably would have been quite nervous. But we have also such a great ensemble on our show. You know, all the actors they bring in are so talented and so much fun. And certainly season 1, you know, we made some great friends with all of those Highlander warriors. And I know a lot of us, you know, we yearn for those days again. But it was a lot of fun to be with those guys.
Where do you guys get to hang out when you're in Scotland? Because you don't seem to be anywhere near a major city and metropolis.
Yeah. There. Yeah, well, most of us live in Glasgow, which is the major city in Scotland, and we do tend to hang out a bit, actually. You know, we'll sort of get on, and there's not always a lot of time, especially when you get back late at night. But we do like to go for dinner, and this season, my aunt, played by Maria Donald Kennedy, she's a fantastic actress and a great musician, and she recently did a concert in Glasgow, and a lot of us went to see her and support her, and it was really a special moment.
Oh, that's good. Well, their music figures a lot in this show, especially now with your son-in-law, who I haven't made my mind up about yet.
Yeah.
He does bring in some 60s tunes.
He does, which is that strange, I don't know, a strange juxtaposition, but
yeah, to hear Three Dog Night, you know, in the 1770s.
But Raz, you're talking about Richard, and I think he does a great job, and certainly this season we get to see, you know, Jamie Fraser is also unsure of his new son-in-law and whether he really can measure up to being a man in this time period, and but it's a nice journey that they go on, and you might see them bond a little this season.
How did this all start for you back in Scotland? What were you when you said, you know what I want to do? I want to do this. I want to be an actor. When did that happen?
It happened when I moved to Edinburgh when I was a teenager. I mean, I'd always been interested but didn't think I could, and then I joined a youth theatre and my local theatre called Royal Lyceum. I worked as an usher there and just watched a lot of plays, and then was put in some of their shows as like a spear carrier, you know, the guy at the background. And I just spent every show, you know, standing in the wings, kind of watching the other actors, and was just kind of obsessed by the magic of it. It sounds slightly pretentious, but the sound of an audience listening is kind of, I know, it's addictive.
You have a good deal of theater training, you know, all over this, and you bring it to the role. Somebody is, you know, I'm not blowing smoke, but someone as good looking as you are can sometimes be, well, that's what he is.
You say all the right things.
That's what he is. And there isn't anything else, but you always bring these extra dimensions to what you're doing.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
Well, it isn't kind because it's happening. You know, we watch it. And as this aging process is happening, it's done subtly, but you see the maturity in this. Because Jamie's gone through a lot of crap.
Yeah.
He's gone through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And you've played everything, right? You played the bard. You've done these things on stage to do it. Was that what your goal first was, to be a stage actor?
Yeah, absolutely.
I almost said just, and I erased that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. It was TV and film was never really on my radar. It was all about theatre and you know, being able to play different characters and, you know, be respected as a good actor or as a, you know, so definitely is somewhere where I'd like to go back to. But yes, this kind of side business of TV and film wasn't really, you know, what I was.
Side business.
Yeah, it wasn't really what I was planning. But yeah, it's been a great learning curve as well on the show, and I think what's amazing about our show is that it's always different. The character's always challenged. As an actor, I'm always challenged by each episode, by the different nuances or the different skills that I have to learn. And I think if it was another show, it would be different. But on this one, I still feel challenged even today.
Well, yeah, but you know, the physical aspect of doing the show too is that I heard that you have your own kind of fitness center that you run. Where did that come from, and how did that come about?
I have a charity fundraiser called My Peak Challenge. We've raised over $4.5 million for charity, and it's basically an online fitness program, and it's just part of going back to Scotland. I fell in love with the outdoors again and hiking and a sort of healthy lifestyle, and I think I wanted to impart that on other people. And we have over 12,000 members across the world, and it's been a really remarkable movement. And to see people gain confidence and mobility and make friendships through this has been really rewarding.
That's great.
Yeah.
That really is.
Thank you.
And I hear you have your own whiskey.
I do, yes. I didn't bring any.
Oh!
They would have gone well with the popcorn.
Send him away.
Yeah.
It really would have. What is it called?
It's called the Sassenach.
But that's the name for Claire.
You got it.
Wow. You've just taken it all with you.
I just ripped it off. Yeah.
To do all this.
I'm that cheap. Yeah. No, it's been part of. You know, I love whiskey, and I think that's no secret. And I think I've always wanted to be part of one. And I was approached by several companies, but I really wanted to, you know, from day one of the project, kind of make it my own. And it's been a steep learning curve and a lot of challenges. But we release in March in the US, and I'm so proud of every part of it. It's delicious.
I will expect a bottle of that
I
to
will
land
make
right next
sure
to
you
this
get a
popcorn.
bottle.
March is coming right up to do
Yeah.
it. Now, how in these 2 months, these amazing 2 months that you have off, do you have, number one, a personal life? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how you can have one, you know, although
Yeah.
Katrina managed it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then number two, how do you make other things? You're making other movies. You're doing other things. How do you fit that into that short period of time that's there?
Yeah, it was a busy time off actually. Last year I did 2 movies, and this year I've managed to sneak in a couple of days on another one, and it's great. I love that because as you go into it, and it's just so nice to sort of use a different muscle and sort of stretch those wings and just try something different. And I had a great time.
What are the movies now that are coming out that we
I have
look for?
Bloodshot out in March with Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Which is
You should have
a
gotten
lot of
him
fun.
to your fitness club.
He's got a gym
know.
on set. You know,
He's got his own. Yeah.
He's got his own, and he's in pretty good shape. So yeah, he kept us going.
I also saw something which amazed me, that when you were doing stage work, you also did Batman Live?
I did.
Batman Live,
Yeah,
Sam?
yeah. It was one of the most random but most enjoyable jobs I think I've ever done in my life. It was, I mean, when you're approached to play Bruce Wayne and Batman, you think, you know, what is this? But it was basically a play, you know, a theatrical. The story of Dick Grayson and how he becomes a Robin, but it was in an arena. We had lots of flying, and it was kind of like a Cirque show. And I got to play Batman, and we went all around the world. We did the Staples Center in LA, and we did, you know, the O2 in London. And,
I just love your agent calling you and saying,
yeah,
how about Batman,
yeah,
but on stage,
yeah,
live?
yeah, and you're doing it every night.
Yeah. And you said yes.
I said I'll go along and see what it feels like, and it was honestly one of the most fun jobs I've ever done. Yeah.
Anyway, I have a couple of questions here from the outside world.
Okay.
Ray Knock says, "Hi Sam, so proud of all your success. What is something people assume? Oh, I like this. What is something people assume about you that's quite the contrary to who you really are?"
I mean, I suppose, you know, as I play a Scotsman, and you know, I am very proud to be Scottish, but I'm probably not as Scottish as people are expecting. And people always ask about my accent. You know, my mum is English, and I spent a lot of time in London, so I guess, yeah, maybe I disappoint people by not being ginger enough.
Pretty Tough It says, what's your favorite costume or prop from Outlander?
Ah, that's a really good question. Favorite costume or prop? I mean, I always feel like Jamie's boots kind of get you into character. You know, when you put them on, they sort of ground you and make you feel heavier. And there's a weight to them, so that always helps. But I think my favorite is a horse. Is my horse. You know, it's always fun when days out, myself and Katrina, you know, we get to go riding. It's I don't know. It's like you're being paid to do this. It's
well, I know that's very sweet, though. But I was going to ask my own part of that question: is which one did you take home? And I go, I guess the horse isn't yours.
I guess not. No.
I guess not. Did you steal anything?
I did this year. Yeah. I've stolen. Yeah. So hopefully they're not going to track me down. But yeah, I've been desperate.
Well, what is it?
Well, it's actually my dirk from season 1, which is the long dagger that I used. But I've been desperate for a sword for a long time, and they never gave me one. So eventually I just thought I'm just going to steal it. So.
That's the way to do it, because they're not going to give you anything.
They're not. I'm going to keep stealing more, actually, I think.
We could use it for something else. Yeah. And so eventually you should have a whole apartment filled.
A whole armory,
Oh, right, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Mr. Russell Madison says, I read somewhere that as a child, you wanted to be a magician growing up. Did you learn any tricks or know any magic tricks now? Like, could you make that disappear and replace it with your whiskey?
If you give me enough time, I reckon I could make that disappear. But it might not be magic.
But there's just not enough time.
Yeah. But I did. I wanted to be. I think it was about, you know, performing and about the magic, the sort of unexplained. And I think that's, you know, being an actor is an extension of that. You know, I think I always imagined myself being, you know, famous warriors or you know, various heroes from history. So I think it's all part of the same thing. And I think as an actor, you get to be all of those things.
Well, you do.
For a
but
short time.
When you were doing your magic stuff, what was your specialty?
I was rubbish.
All right, you got that answer. You couldn't make anyone disappear.
No,
Saw
not
them
yet.
in half.
Maybe I'll try.
Yeah, that's it. Look at that. Make me disappear. The magic of cameras can do anything.
Yeah, we can.
Anyway, the first time you're on the show, and I'm very grateful that you took time out of this, because thinking you only have 2 months, it's nice that you're here for half an hour.
That's fine.
But
yes.
This show always ends in a little bit of song.
Ah.
Katrina certainly did it with no fear.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I don't know. Of course, I'm obsessed with the theme song from the show.
Uh-huh.
It's like so great. But you're allowed to do a little bit of anything that's in your head. I don't know what kind of music you listen to.
Wow.
Wow. I know.
Yeah. I'm really not a good singer.
I know, but that's the point.
And Jamie himself is tone deaf.
Well, that's Jamie. That's not you.
Yeah.
You were Batman
but
live.
we could maybe sing the theme tune. How about that?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yes. Da 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 da
da da da da over the sea to sky.
Genius.
Yes.
I loved it.
Wow.
Thank you,
that's
Sam.
rare to get me to sing.
And it was done yet, because I knew when you said it was Jamie that was tone deaf. That
wise.
You were holding secrets that there will be soon a musical for you.
There will be, yeah. That's the next.
They're
goal.
sneaking it in anyway.
Yeah. There actually was an Outlander musical, I believe, in the works at one point.
All right.
You'll be front row.
Yes, I want to see it with my whiskey. All right. Thank you so much.
Coucou les addicts, c'est Aurélie du site Outlander Addict et j'ai un message pour vous. Si cette vidéo vous a plu, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne, à mettre un like ou à partager cette vidéo sur vos réseaux en cliquant sur le bouton partager qui se trouve juste en dessous. Pour prolonger votre expérience, je vous encourage à visiter régulièrement mon site internet outlander-addict.com. Vous y retrouverez des traductions, des articles et plein d'infos et d'actualités sur Outlander. À très bientôt.